flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You can tell it's cold. We got a little, we got her going. All right, thank you, everybody, and welcome. First item on the agenda is to approve the agenda, so I'd entertain a motion and a second to approve the agenda as posted and sent to the news media 24 hours prior to the meeting.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Lame, or Mr. Holmstrom. Second by Mr. Lamos. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have the mayor leadership statement. I'll just say that, read that for you real quick. The city of Hampton endeavors at all times to promote and model the principles of professionalism, trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. In conducting this evening's meeting, we expect that all participants will act in a respectful manner consistent with these principles. Thank you. Next item, we got the council workshop report. I won't read that to you, but we do have two of them from January 12th and the 19th for the budget workshops. That is available online if anybody would like to review that. Next, we have public comment. So if there's anybody here that needs public comment this week or today. Hearing none, we will just keep moving on. We have no public hearings, we have no old business, so we'll move on to our new business. First item is to consider awarding to the January 2026 Image of Pride to Josh and Kaylee Einspar at 902 First Avenue Southeast. Ms. Rohde.
For the January 2026 Image of Pride Award, I chose Josh and Kaylee Einspar at 902 First Avenue Southeast. Winter can be a tough time to see yard care, but thankfully, since the selection was due in December, it made it a bit easier. Josh and Kaylee have lived in their home since 2015. They have completed numerous home improvement projects, both inside and outside. And in more recent years, they've decorated their yard for Christmas. And they even made it on the Iowa Road Trip Facebook page this year. My favorite part of the Christmas display is the manger that Josh cut and painted himself. And I guess their creativity, effort, and pride in their home make a positive impression in their neighborhood, and that's why I felt they were a great choice.
All right. So with that, I would entertain that as a motion from Ms. Rohde to award the January 2026 Image of Pride to Josh and Kaylee at Einspar at 902 First Avenue Southeast. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Griefy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations. Come on up here, we'll get you a picture and stuff.
That's a nice picture.
The joke is that Jim is in every picture in the paper.
Pretty much.
Yes, thank you.
Close enough.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Cute.
Cute.
Perfect. All right, moving along. Next item is consider the certified local government report for the Hampton Historic Preservation Commission. Mr. Davies is going to
Yes,
reply to their.
one of the requirements of the certified local government
in Iowa is to present an annual report of the past year's activities to the City Council. And as chairman of the commission, the Hampton Historic Preservation Commission, I'll go ahead and read that at this time, not only for the council, but for those that are listening and watching on YouTube. Okay, but the first part of it is assistance with preservation issues or projects. Number one, 2 members serve on the board of directors of the Franklin County Historical Society, and 1 volunteers on Tuesday afternoons at the Franklin County Historical Society Museum, as well as during the Franklin County Fair. A commemorating presentation by the Iowa Secretary of Agriculture, Mike Nagg, was held to honor the REA plant, which is owned by the Franklin County Historical Society, and it was named as a national landmark. And that presentation was on July 9th. Number 2, 3 members of the Hampton Historic Preservation Commission are also on the Friends of the Hampton Cemetery group. 3, the commission is meeting jointly with the Design Committee of the Greater Franklin County Chamber of Commerce, which approves the building improvement grants that the city funds, and they also collaborate on projects. And this last year, an example of a project was the installation of 3 permanent memorial benches in Bandshell Park. Number 4, 1 member is on the Preservation Iowa Board of Directors and was chair of the Preservation at its Best Awards that were presented at the 2025 Preserve Iowa Summit. Number 5, members volunteered at the annual Harriman Nielsen Fall Festival. And number 6, the commission assisted in the planning and participated in the Hampton Public Library's 120th anniversary celebration, which was held on October 6th. Educational programs that were held. May is Preservation Month, and Preservation Month activities included a scavenger hunt, which was again created and promoted featuring close-up photos of historic buildings that participants had to identify. And there was also a bulletin board display of Franklin County properties on the National Register of Historic Places, and that was at the Windsor Theater this last year. And another educational program, the 7th Annual Cemetery Walk was held on Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, featuring past citizens of Hampton portrayed by Franklin County Arts Council actors, sharing stories of each person on the walk. And over 100 people participated or attended that walk. And number 3, there were 3 articles published in the Hampton Chronicle. The first was the 2024 Certified Local Government Annual Report, and that was on February 26th. The May is Preservation Month on May 11th, and the third was the 2025 Preserve Iowa Summit Report that was in the Hampton Chronicle, the June 8th issue. Partnerships of the CLG, the commission continues to work with the Greater Franklin County Chamber / Hampton Main Street Design Committee to administer the building improvement grant program utilizing funds budgeted by the City Council. The commission has a good relationship with the Franklin County Historical Society, Friends of the Hampton Cemetery, and the Franklin County Arts Council, as well as the Preservation Iowa Board of Directors. Meeting dates this last year in 2025, their open public commission meetings were held on February 7th, April 11th, May 16th, October 3rd, and November 14th. And there was a quorum of all commission members were in attendance at all meetings. And 1 representative attended the Preservation Iowa Summit in Muscatine that was held June 4th through the 6th, and that's sponsored by the Iowa Department of Cultural Affairs, and that is a required, attendance is required at that conference. And members of the commission, Jim Davies, me, is chairman, Ella Butler, Brian Stevens, Michelle Schaefer, who also serves as a secretary, and then Mardell Sidmore Van Cleek. Another requirement as a part of this report is to present what our work plan is for 2026. We have 10 items on that. The first is to continue to meet jointly with the Greater Franklin County Chamber of Commerce Main Street Design Committee, providing design assistance utilizing the state Main Street office, review and approve building improvement grants, and collaborate on projects. And this project we're going to be hopefully completing this next year is to complete the Bandshell Park, the portable bench refurbishing, and further explore then information signage for the buildings and historic properties. Number 2, the Preserve Month activity in May will again do the scavenger hunt and a display. 3, we'll again work with the Friends of the Cemetery on a walk to be held 2026 Memorial Day weekend. We'll also continue to work with the Friends of the Cemetery in the city of Hampton on the mausoleum facade project. Number 4, at least one representative will attend the 2026 Preserve Iowa Summit to be held in Ankeny on June 2nd and 3rd. The next one is review and update as needed the historic Main Street walking tour, a stroll through time. 6, continue to work with the Franklin County Veterans Affairs Office to have the GAR Memorial Hall open for tours. 7, update the history of Hampton published for the City of Hampton's 150th anniversary. 8, work with the Chamber Main Street program to review and update building inventory using Booms Tracker, and that's a online program that's provided by Iowa Main Street. Number 9, compile the history of the Hampton Main Street program. And 10, coordinate with the Hampton Chronicle to publish informational articles on history of various buildings in Hampton, including photos of buildings, perhaps called then and now, under that column. So that concludes the report, and I'll answer any questions you might have.
Any questions on for Mr. Davies?
Sounds pretty thorough.
Yes.
Thanks for volunteering for that.
Yeah.
And then just to mention, this will be uploaded. There's an online report that's required, then a document signed that was presented, and so I'll get that taken care of, and we'll be in compliance. Thank you.
There. Perfect. Thank you. All right, next we'll move on to, we got to pay some bills. So I'd entertain a motion to accrue.
Mayor.
I'm sorry.
Can we get a motion and a second?
Oh,
to
sorry.
accept the
Yep, sorry.
local government report?
I guess something get quick. I would entertain a motion to accept the certified local government report from the Hampton Historic Preservation Committee.
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion by Ms. Fay, second by Mr. Lamos. All in favor
Aye.
Aye.
and opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Now we're moving on. Now we got to pay some. I'm so excited to pay the bills. So first, I would entertain a motion and a second to approve the claims as submitted by the staff in the amount of $102,449.03.
I would move we approve the claims.
I'll second.
A motion by Mr. Davies, second by Ms. Rhodey. Any further discussion on that? Mr. Lamos?
Yeah, Ron, in the claims, there's a couple of things I'd like to question. We have a Franklin County Clerk of Court and Franklin County Recorder. Is that for transferring properties?
Yeah, that's for two 657A acquisitions that nuisance properties that we received through the court. That's for the process of transferring title.
Can't we get them to waive that? Since
No,
we're just
it's-
both government entities?
Well, it's part of Iowa code. It's a process that we follow in Iowa code.
Okay, so there's no way around it. Down towards the bottom, there's Visu Sewer.
Visit sewer.
Did we have a sewer problem?
There was lift station maintenance, 2 lift stations, and so that's what those were for. I don't really, Doug, I don't know if you want to add anything, but that's what those are for.
Is that the same company that's done it before?
Yep.
That's all I have, thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Any other further discussion on the claims? Hearing none, we have a motion by Ms. Fay, second by Mr. Lamos. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I think that was,
Davies and Rohde.
Rohde, sorry.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yep.
gotcha.
That we approve that.
I don't want to take credit for something I didn't do.
Okay, all in favor
Aye.
Aye.
and opposed? Thank you. Moving down, we got no resolutions, ordinances this evening. We'll go down to the consent agenda. This would include approve the previous minutes as drafted from Thursday, January the 8th, 2026, regular session. Schedule the next regular session for Thursday, February 12th, 2026 at 6 p.m. at the Hampton City Council chambers. And to approve alcohol licensing for B&C Christian at 7 First Avenue Northwest, and for Get and Go Convenience Store at 319 Central Avenue East. I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a
Move.
motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
A motion by Mr. Lamos, second by Ms. Greepy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Brings us down to our staff reports. Chief Morrison.
Yeah, on the nuisance end of things, we had 3 court orders on properties to clean up that came out of the court this week. We also this week have been busy, last couple weeks, been busy with investigation and arrest. We have been posting cars that are parked in the yards. Just a reminder, the cars are only allowed to park in the yards while the nuisance or the snow ordinance is in effect, and then they need to promptly move them back off. So we've been working with those owners and posting on the vehicles for that. And then that's it. That's all I've got, unless there's questions.
Mr.
So
Lamos.
if you have a car that's got a ticket during the snow emergency and it's still sitting there with the ticket on it, do you tow it or do you
If it's
put another
there-
ticket on it?
The second night, we put another ticket on it. If it's there a second night, if it's there 2 nights, we tow them.
Okay,
We towed 5 last time.
so they go to Dumont?
Well, we've been towing them to our own yard for now, and then if they don't pick them up in the 5 days or so, we've been towing them over to Dumont. But we have quite a collection right now.
Okay.
We need to work on getting rid of.
Thank you.
Mr. Holmstrom.
On the investigation for the 212th Street Northeast that you're involved in, did you have a chance to look into if there's a additional fineage for firing a firearm that close to school property?
Yeah, I'm not aware of any specific enhancements for that, but I sent that message to the county attorney, and she was going to look into it further. I haven't heard back from her. I met with her today, but she didn't mention it.
When you had spoke to her, did you also mention, does the
Daycare.
daycare qualify as a school?
Yes, yep, I did.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll follow up with that.
All right. Any other questions for Chief Morrison? Hearing none. Thank you, sir. We'll move on to Public Works Director, Mr. Tarr.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. I don't have much to report this evening, other than I'd like to just ask people to please abide by the winter weather warnings and different things of that nature. If you don't have to be out in this stuff, don't be out. It is life-threatening. It truly is. So I just ask people to try to stay home tomorrow in this sub-zero weather, and if they need some assistance or what have you, just ask a neighbor or what have you. But yeah, those warnings are the real deal, it feels like. I'd also like to ask some folks, I'm noticing a lot of sidewalks that aren't getting shoveled. I say that, and yes, it's frigid tomorrow and sub-zero. We are going to be reasonable. However, just please remember, as soon as you get an opportunity, to please get those sidewalks shoveled, because there are quite a few that aren't getting done. Other than that, I'll just entertain any questions.
All right.
When you're plowing, do you do the through streets first, or like First Avenue Northeast, or?
Each guy has its own, they have their own little route that they like to follow, that they're comfortable with. So there's no necessarily a priority one over the other. We do have typically a grader and one pickup in the downtown. Then we have 2 pickups that will go do parking lots, parks, different things of that nature. while that we're doing that, then we have 3 dump trucks with plows on them, and then they're out doing the residential neighborhoods. And then once all that's done, we kind of regroup, typically somewhere between 5:30 and 7 o'clock, and then we start blowing the downtown and hauling the snow away. If it's a lot of snow, we'll hire another vehicle to help us out if need be. We actually had a truck go down yesterday morning, about half hour in. So we utilized some pickups to kind of help out on that route. And then for hauling, we were able to borrow a tandem truck from the county. So we could get things hauled in a timely manner yesterday a little bit. So that helped us out while the tires got fixed. But that's kind of it in a nutshell, and every snow is just a little bit different.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions for Mr. Tar? Comments? Nope. I'll hear any.
Thank you.
Sir. Mr. Dunt, City Manager.
Thank you. I continue to work on the budget as numbers and estimates come in. That helps me assemble things into a fashion that will be presentable to you guys. Had a meeting with Franklin General Hospital, the Wellness Center manager, the school superintendent, to discuss the future options for tennis and pickleball courts due to the poor condition of our facility at Progress Park, and what, possibly partnering together on a project at some point in the future. Presented some information at the Hampton Kiwanis and Rotary Club this week, and I think that's all I have, unless anybody has any questions.
Mr. Lamos.
If we have the chance to move the tennis court, pickleball court, can we move those Musco lights?
Yeah, that is one of the things that we discussed, that could possibly be part of our contribution to moving it, because one of the desirable sites is at the Wellness Center, and so it will need some lights, so that's one thing we're talking about.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments for Mr. Dunt?
Thank you.
All right, not hearing any. Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Move on to council reports. We'll start with Ward 1, Ms. Rhodey.
I guess the only thing I have is happy belated birthday to Mr. Davies. And stay warm this weekend.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Mr. Lamos, Ward
No
2.
comment. I've already said enough.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Holmstrom, Ward 3.
I just wanted to take a minute to thank Chief Morrison for all that he does for the city. I know he's had a busy couple of weeks, but I imagine every week is busy for him. I know myself, I've always felt safe in Hampton, and I appreciate your efforts, Mark. There's some, I know he does a lot of things that I don't even want to know about, but I know that he addresses everything promptly, and he's taken good care of what he's charged to do. So thanks, Mark. That's all I had.
All right, that's it. Thank you, sir. Ms. Griefy, Ward 4.
Well, I'm going to talk about the chamber dinner again. We have, at the board meeting, they voted on the awards, and I just want to announce those. Community Pride Award goes to Franklin REC for their efforts with Light Up the Night and how beautiful the park is and how it brings tourism into the city to see the lights. Leadership Award will go to Adam Akers for all his work that he's done with the veterans. Ambassador Award will be shared by Sue Fullawell and Diane Prawley. And Member Award goes to the Windsor Theater this year. And Organization Award, that's still up for vote, I guess. We're going to vote online on that one, but that's it.
It's a surprise. Thank you. Ms. Fay.
I guess I would just echo Kristen and say happy birthday, Jim, and also Barry, since we missed Barry's as well. And thank you to our plow drivers, once again, for the great work that they do, keeping us safe and keeping our roads clear. Coming from Colorado, I can't tell you how much that's appreciated. Steve is laughing because he knows what I'm going to say. In Colorado, the side streets don't even get touched unless you have over a foot of snow for over a week. So we are very fortunate here. All our side streets, I was shocked the first snow that I was here for when I first moved here, that the side streets even got plowed. I was like, whoa, they plowed the side streets. So thank you very much, and please express my appreciation to the guys as well.
All right, thank you. Mr. Davies.
I attended the library board meeting held today and attended a Chamber Main Street board meeting that was held last week. And then just an update on the portable benches that I mentioned during the certified local government report. We've been moving ahead. The boards are being painted, and then the side frames are being sandblasted and powder coated. They're working on that, and I want to thank the city staff has been very helpful with that. They took the 35 old boards or the benches apart so that we could get that work ahead, and then they did some delivering too. But I just really appreciate their help. And the design committee of the chamber sort of is overseeing this project, which is being paid for with a Barkema grant. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. All right, mayor's report, this could be quick, but I did want to, and this is goes with the cold weather and stuff, and I had a friend of mine that let me know that he had an issue with his neighbor across a street a week or so ago, and he, for whatever reason, he was up at 4 a.m. and he noticed that her living room light was still on, and it wasn't right. You know, that's something not that you would the norm. So he thought, well, I should probably go over there. Well, he's getting up there, so he called the PD and had them come over with him, and they went over and knocked on her door, and everything. She was fine. She fell asleep in her chair, and then when she got up to go to bed, she forgot to shut the light off. So she was fine. But here's the thing, that's watching your neighbors, you know, keep an eye on your neighbors, especially when it's getting this cold out. You know, what's gonna go on, and if something doesn't look right, question it, call somebody, you know, or give them a call, whatever you need to do. He did want to shout out, I believe it was Gilberto, that responded to that, and he also wanted to recognize the dispatcher that he worked with that morning that was very, very professional and took care of everything and made sure that his neighbor was okay. So, and the only thing I had was stay warm, you know, watch your neighbors, stay in the house if you can. Spring's coming. We don't know when, but it's coming. It comes every year, so, and that's all I've got. Thank you. With that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the regular session of the Hampton City Council.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Holmstrom, second by Mr. Lamos. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
8 Sundays till spring.